to drive me nuts. She was driving me nuts yesterday because I gave her enough attention. She brought in sticks and chewed up sticks on my floor. I was stepping on sticks barefoot. It hurt. Okay, so I'm going to make you host so you can bring up your homework, okay? Please enlarge. Okay, stop there. Oh, you've got your source. Good job, my friend. But when you do this, you need to write sources. Okay? I know I haven't told you that before, but the word sources should be a point above right here. You see, it's in blue. You see how I started getting it in white? Okay. Now, this started in third person. Okay. But you're writing you. You. Are you writing this to be an instructions to somebody? Then it should not be in second person. You is in second person. Technically, we usually do not write in second person unless it's like a letter or a note to somebody directly. Okay. Do me a favor and bring it up a little bigger. There we go. Thank you. Now you see how you have owners. You started this in second person, or I'm sorry, in third person, and then you switch to second person. It needs to be all in the same voice. First person, second person, or third person. You usually use you when you're talking directly to somebody, like in a note or a letter. Okay? Okay. Feeding the cat. High quality food. Choose the correct for the age. Water. Now, all of this. Have you been talking about how it makes the cat happy? Or should you have put something like healthy there? Then correct that. Okay. Next, choose a litter box. Big enough, white and spot, different litters. Where is the conclusion? No, to that paragraph. There is no conclusion sentence here. You're forgetting how to write a paragraph, my friend. Get your concluding sentence here. What do cats need inside? Litter box, right? So get your concluding sentence to that paragraph. So what are you going to write? Litter boxes are what? An accessory or needed? Okay, write that. Now you have to play with your cat. You have a strong bond, and they need toys. Do they need the same toy or do they need different toys? So, right, they need a lot of different types of toys. Or they need different. And you have one, two supports, right? Where is your third support? Do you have a third support? Look at your notes and see what you might have for a third support. So go back to your notebook and see what you have for your notes. Go to your notes, your pre-write, and see what you might have had for a third spot, third detail. Then put that in there. Go here and start writing it. They need a scheduled playtime or schedule a playtime. Now, what else do you need there for that paragraph? Write it. Cats do what? To be. Cats do what? Cats to be what? Hello? Hello? What do they need? Now, cats like to be, no, I would not do that. Okay. Cats to be happy. Not cats like to be. Cats to be happy. What do they need? What do they need? Toys or playtime? Okay. Write that. Put your period. Now you see these squiggly lines? There's something wrong with those. Now, what do you remember what I said about the you? Should this be in second person or third person? third person. So what are you going to do with that you? You're going to need to go back through and change every time a you to like a person, in conclusion, a person or people, the owner. Who was you? The owner, people, person. If a person, if people prefer a cat as a type of pet, if a person, it's up to you. What are you going to use? Now, if you see a person and you see these wigglies, the shoe should be, you could put he, she. I would not put they because they is plural and person is singular. I'm going to underline where you have you. I've underlined it where you probably need to do what? Make a change. What do you need to do with this? Next, you need to choose a litter box. Next, what? Instead of you, what should you put? 9. You need to get off, my friend? Okay. So what do you need to do with this you? Right here. Instead of you, what should you put? Then you see, to find that your cat likes, what could you put instead of your? You could put the person's cat, the owner's cat, the cat. Which one do you want to put? your. Delete your. You can put the owner's cat likes, the cat likes. Here, my friend, right here. This your. You could put the owners, the cats. Now go to the next paragraph. Up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You see this here? You see that squiggly? You just erased whatever. The person, the owner. Keep in mind, it does not need to be capitalized because you have a comma there. It's not the beginning of the sentence. And who is they? You could put cats. You could just put cats. Because who is they? The people, the owner, or the cats? Okay, now go down here to you need. You could put who is you? The person, the owner, what? Now you see with your here. Okay. What could you put instead of with your? With, go back up here to where you put instead of, you could put the cat. No, not there. Okay. If you want the cat, but now you see where I circled? You see where I circled, my friend? Who is you? The owner or the cat? Okay, so what's another word for owner could you use? The owner is a dog or a person? Then write a person. Do you see any more yous in you or your in that paragraph? There is one more. Can you find it? Or do you need me to circle it? Do you see it now? It's the end of the line. Do you see it, Horace? Yes or no? Okay. Instead of your, what could you put? Go for it. Now, scroll back up. You see your, 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 and you. Now remember, there's one more in that sentence, okay? I want you to go back and reread the paragraph out loud and see if you like how it sounds. Now, real quick, now is everything about food, or should you add something about this here, about the water to the topic sentence? Because the water, you in your conclusion, you have food and water. So what should be up here in your topic sentence? Food and what? Put it up here in your topic sentence, not your conclusion, because you already have it in your conclusion. No, up here. Okay. Continue reading. Okay. Keep going. Question, my friend, are you happy with it? Now, when you read it out loud, it sounds different, doesn't it? So, when you're editing, what would be a good idea to do? What would be a good idea to do when you edit? To do what, my friend? Not just change the wording. When you think you're done, what do you think you ought to do? Not just say you're done. What did I say when you read it out loud? Does it sound the same or does it sound different? No, it does not. Because your comprehension is better when you do what? Read out loud, right? So when you read it out loud, it can sound different than when you're reading it in your head. So when you're editing, what would be a good idea to do? To do what? Read it out loud, okay? So when you think you're done with it, read it out loud and see how it sounds. Does something sound awkward? Okay? Because when you read it out loud, your brain hears something different than when you're reading it silent. That's all I'm telling you, okay, my friend? I would tell you to read it out loud before you turn it in. Because that will help you with your ability to edit to make it sound better. Okay? Because am I trying to get you to write really bad? So I'm trying to give you the tools that you can use outside of my class, right? Am I always trying to teach you just what you need for my class? Or for life in general? For life. Okay? So one of those ways is reading out loud. Because it might the only class that you're going to have to edit your writing for? No. Because you're going to be writing your whole life at some point. So you're going to need to figure out how to edit without me. And one of the ways you can do that. So let's just say, go through and write. Finally, the cat needs to play with up instead of happy. And see how it sounds. Erase happy and put sad. Then read it out loud. Does that sound right? See the difference? That reading it out loud makes a difference. You can go, oh, wait, that doesn't make sense. I need to do something different. Okay. So my question, I'm going to reclaim. So change that wording again back to happy. Tell me when you're done. Okay. So I'm going to reclaim host. So my friend, what do you want to look at for your next assignment? What topic? Or do you want to compare cats and dogs? Um, Now, you see where it says add? I probably would not pick those. That's why I tend to go down a little lower. Cats and dogs. Let's look at this. You see that, my friend? It's a Venn diagram. Um, but you see what I just did? Okay. I'm sending you that. I didn't put a topic in there, but you understand what it is. So what can you look at there? Now, when you're looking at dogs and cats, okay, what kind of, is it already kind of in a pre-writing thing? Okay. Oh, Lordy. You see this middle? Do you think you want to include that? I probably wouldn't. Okay. So what could you put? Now, do you think there's going to be 2 or 3 paragraphs? Do you remember when we did comparison? Was it 2 or 3 paragraphs when we did a comparison last time? Instead of saying when you did a comparison, was it 1 or 2 paragraphs? 2. So when you do a comparison, oftentimes you only need 2 paragraphs. Okay. So what can you do looking at this? What are some things that you can see different between they're showing you, are they showing you similarities or differences? They're looking at differences. Okay. So what kind of differences can you see? What do dogs do? Are cats typically a security system, or is that dogs? Now, my dogs have met you, right? Do you think you could walk into my house without me? Why? What do you think was going to happen? Because my dogs are not just going to, they're not going to just bark at you. They might actually attack you because that's what their instinct is to do. If I go down, those dogs are extremely protective of me if I go down. They don't let anybody near me. In fact, they bark at them if they do. Okay. So what kind of notes could you take there? What could you put for notes? What kind of notes could you do? Hold on. Dogs protect. Cats, low maintenance, right? Um, Cats quiet. Dogs are noisy. Can bark a lot. Okay. What do you think you ought to do with that right now? Go for it. I'm going to put similarities because we've got the differences, right? We have cats, vet bills, dogs. No, this is cats, this is dogs, and this is them all together. This is what they have separate, or not separate. This is what they have in common, right? So guess what I'm doing? Okay. So I've sent you the screenshots. No. So what do they have in common? What do they have in common? Okay. What else? Now, do you have to have all those? You have to have all those similarities? So which ones are you going to pick? Okay, write it. Write your notes. Is this the time to do your essay or do notes? Go for it. What am I waiting for, my friend? Well, what are you doing right now? Taking notes, right? So what am I waiting for? To know what? When you are what? Thank you. So you need to tell me when you're done. Okay. Okay. So let's go to a pre-write. Okay. So I'm going to go to the whiteboard. I know we're going a little longer, but that's one of the reasons I started so early. So how many paragraphs did I tell you to probably do? I would probably do something like similarities. And I know it's misspelled, but I'm going to go on. Okay. And differences. You see that? Then you're going to put your pre-writes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And where can you get your supports? From where? Where can you get your supports from? Not just your email. Are they not in your notes? And am I trying to get you to used to relying on me or looking at your own research? Because am I always going to be here to help you? No. So what am I trying to teach you? Life skills, right? So I'm trying to help you learn how to do this on your own without me. Do I always want you to need me? No. I always want you to love me, but not always need me. Okay? Because if you always need me, is your world going to stay big or small? Small. Do I want your world to stay small? No. Okay. So what do you think homework is going to be? What is homework going to be? Homework. Do pre-write and pre-write and write essay. Include sources. So in this case, you might have to do copy those screenshots and put the measure sources. Write that down, my friend. Okay. So I'm going to just show you real quick. Now, um, okay, you can see where that the source is not really the if you put the website, is that really going to work? No. Okay. So I would probably put a copy of the hold on just a second. Now you can see here is the that's the one we used. Okay. So I'm going to do another screenshot. So you can see this is the website. Okay. I'm going to have to send it to you in 2 separate emails, okay? because you have to have the sources of that. So are you going to have one or two sources? Two. Okay. That's important, my friend. Okay. 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 And are you going to be doing a lot of work or a little work? I would probably, if you have to do the pre-write and the essay, do you think that's going to be 10 minutes or longer? Yeah. So you have to kind of budget your time. Do you remember if you were going to do it in bed, what you need to have? Because your phone has access to your email, correct? Correct? So if you're going to write it in bed, you're probably going to have to do it in paper, which means you're going to have to copy that email by hand. You're going to have to write the word sources and then write those web addresses in by hand. And it's there, correct? Okay. So you can budget your time, but if you're going to do it during the day or when you're in bed. Do I care when? Do I care if it's on paper or online? No, I don't. But it's the way you budget your time. Okay? Okay, my friend? I'll see you. Blessings. I'll see you. What does that look? What does that look? Talk to me. What does that look? You're in a good mood, but why? Why did you look so upset? Do you have any questions? See? I knew that look on your face was like, my stars. Now, if you know I'm about to sign off, what should you do? What should you do? Because do I award stars unless you ask? Do I award stars? No, I don't. I don't award stars unless you ask. So if you know I'm about to sign off, how do you make sure you get your stars? Eight stars. And just a little secret, I might do more stars for Wednesday. Or not Wednesday, for Friday. Maybe. Because it's more work. Because have we done the pre-write? No, we have not. No, we have not. You have to put it into the way you structure it out. Because you're learning to write from the outline. When you're writing from the outline, are you all over the place or do you stay focused? You stay more on topic because you're following an outline. And you get your ideas together on the pre-write. So you don't have to make as many mistakes in your writing. Okay? That's why I want you to learn how to be doing the pre-write. Pretty soon I'm going to be teaching you how to write sources other than just putting the email address. Because it needs more than just the email address. Okay? But I'm just having you right now get used to putting sources in. Right now, I want you to get used to using a pre-write and taking notes. Okay? I will see you Friday by the scenes, my friend.